What's up guys, it's Legend X Rona, and today I'll be starting my very own top 5/top 10 series. Now, I know there's a lot of people that do these, but I do feel that all opinions matter. Therefore, I'll be giving my own thoughts on many top 5/top 10s in this series. So with that being said, here's my very first top 5, my top 5 Mortal Kombat 11 theories, things that I think will happen in Mortal Kombat 11. Now, these aren't ranked in any kind of order, and none of this is canon. All of this is my own thoughts and my own opinion, so please try to respect that. With that being said, let's get started on number 5 on my list, Shang Tsung's return. Now, if you've been playing Mortal Kombat since the reboot, you'll know that in Mortal Kombat 9, Shang Tsung was supposedly killed when Shao Kahn took his soul and imbued it into Sindel, basically leading her to kill half of the roster in the game. Eventually, after that happened, she was killed by Nightwolf, and he sacrificed himself and killed the both of them. Now, in Mortal Kombat X, Sindel made a return thanks to Quan Chi making her a Revenant. Now, this leads me to wonder what happened to Shang Tsung's soul when he made her into a Revenant. Like, he had to have her soul to turn her into a Revenant, so what happened to Shang Tsung's soul since it was inside of her? Now, there was many references of Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat X, definitely with the mirror matches, like if you ever play Liu Kang versus Liu Kang or Reptile versus Reptile, one of them will mention possibly being Shang Tsung. So also he has a cameo in Ermac's ending, and in this ending basically he comes out of nowhere and absorbs all the souls within Ermac. Now this is something that kind of had me thinking, because I was wondering, I was like, with Shang Tsung being the person to take people's souls, why have I never thought about this happening, him taking all the souls within Ermac? I mean, Ermac is basically made up of many different souls, so this is something that could possibly happen. Now, I know that endings aren't canon. In the past, though, there has been endings, though, where aspects of them will possibly be canon in the sequel of that game, so this could possibly be one of those endings that could possibly have aspects of it be canon in the next game. Now, another reference Shang Tsung has is if you're Kenshi or Takeda and you're fighting Ermac, there's intro dialogue where they'll basically say that one of the souls inside of Ermac is fighting for dominance, or there's conflict amongst the souls within Ermac. Now, I do believe this could be in reference to Shang Tsung. Possibly this is like leading to Ermac's ending. What if one of those souls inside of Ermac is Shang Tsung, and somehow he comes out and that's what leads him to absorb all the souls within Ermac? So somehow, in some form, I do believe that Shang Tsung will be returning in Mortal Kombat 11, so I do think that we could be seeing him. On to number 4, Mileena is still alive or will be replaced. Now, spoiler alert, if you have not played Mortal Kombat X, please go ahead and skip forward into the video or exit the video if you need to. In Mortal Kombat X, Mileena does die. She is killed by Devore in the game. Now, this kind of made a lot of people mad because Mileena is one of the many classics in Mortal Kombat, but I do believe that either Mileena is not dead or that was actually one of her clones that was killed. Now, what leads me to think this is, if you've been playing Mortal Kombat since the reboot, once again, in Mortal Kombat 9, when Mileena is being made by Shang Tsung, she has many different clones of her. Like, down in the flesh splits, there are many clones of her. So, my biggest thing is, whatever happened to all of those clones? Like, could they still be down there? Now, there's many references of Mileena and her clones in Mortal Kombat X also. Like, if you do a mirror match between Mileena and Mileena, one of them will basically say that they're her clone and they're trying to do this or trying to do that. Not to mention, in her ending, she like kind of like dies and reawakens in one of her other clones, and like they're all linked, and basically a whole army of them come up to get revenge on her enemies. But the thing that interests me is, at the end of this ending, it says that the architect of Mileena's awakening is laughing quietly. Now, this could be another reference towards Shang Tsung, so I do believe that if Shang Tsung does return, and if Mileena did die, her coming back could have to do with Shang Tsung. He could possibly bring her back by using one of her other clones. So this is just one of my theories on this. My other theory is the fact that she could have possibly not gotten killed by Devourer. Now, what if the Mileena that got killed by Devourer was actually one of her clones? What if she took one of her clones and sent them to that camp to disguise themselves as herself? Now, this is probably more towards the theory that I'm leaning towards. Like, I really do believe that Mileena didn't die and that possibly that was a clone that died instead. Like, Mileena's a classic, and I do believe that they wouldn't have just killed her off like that. I do believe that most likely she will be returning in Mortal Kombat 11. So could this be her being alive still, or could she possibly be getting replaced by one of her clones in Mortal Kombat 11? Alright, moving on to number 3. Raiden will possibly go to war with Kotal Kahn. Now, this is another one of those endings I think might possibly have aspects of it be canon. Basically, when you beat the game with Raiden, he goes to war with Kotal Kahn. Now, this is something I definitely believe could happen now that Raiden is dark and he's taking like more of an aggressive action. But another reason why I believe that is when you beat the game in Mortal Kombat X, when you beat the story, and there's that little cutscene where Raiden is talking to Liu Kang and Katana. Check out what he says right here that really just caught my interest.
Earth realm. I will seek out and destroy all who threaten it.
Yeah, right here he's saying, I'll seek out and destroy all who threatened it. Basically saying that anybody who went out and attacked Earthrealm, he's going to go out and attack them first now. Like, instead of giving them the chance to go and attack Earthrealm again, he's going to be the one to go attack instead. This relates to Kotal Kahn because at the end of the Mortal Kombat X story, spoiler alert again, Kotal Kahn tries to invade Earthrealm and basically help Shinnok. So, due to this, I do believe that Raiden could possibly go out and try to attack Kotal Kahn for him trying to invade Earthrealm before he could possibly do it again. Now, I do believe this could also be one of the main focuses in Mortal Kombat 11, possibly being like the opening story for Mortal Kombat 11, kind of like how the Shinnok Wars, the first part of it, was the opening story in Mortal Kombat X. But this is all just speculation. So, moving on to number 2 on my list, Onaga will return as the main antagonist in Mortal Kombat 11. Now, this is something I definitely believe could possibly happen, mainly due to the flow of time in the new timeline. I mean, if you've been paying attention to any of my previous videos, I always say that Mortal Kombat X is basically an altered version of the Mortal Kombat 4 story, which will also mean that the reboot Mortal Kombat 9 is an altered version of the first 3 Mortal Kombat stories. So if you continue to go along the previous timeline, the next story would be Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, where Quan Chi and Shinnok were the main antagonists in the story. Now, basically with having Quan Chi dead now and Shang Tsung possibly returning, well, he's kind of like MIA right now. We don't know exactly what happened to him. There basically can't be a Deadly Alliance, so this story kind of would be getting skipped. So if you move on, the next story will be Mortal Kombat Deception. Now, as we all know, the main antagonist in Mortal Kombat Deception is Onaga. So this is mainly why I do believe that Onaga could possibly be the main antagonist in Mortal Kombat 11. Not to mention that there's already reference of him in Mortal Kombat X comics, where Goro and Dagon mention Onaga and basically talk about how he's within the lore for the Red Dragon Clan. So I do believe that this is them building up to Onaga being implemented into the story. So not just that, I also tweeted one of the writers at NetherRealm Studios, Brian Shaw, and I asked him, does Onaga possibly have a chance of returning? Now, his response to me is that Onaga does have a possibility of returning in the story. So, like I said, I do believe that Onaga will possibly be returning. Not just that, though, I really think that we could all benefit from Onaga returning, mainly because the possibilities he can open up, because one of his main things that he can do also is he can raise the dead. Now, as we all know, there's a lot of characters in Mortal Kombat that are dead now, so who knows, we possibly could be getting some of these characters back due to the fact that he can raise the dead and might implement some of these characters into his new army. So I'm definitely sure that we might be seeing Onaga again. Now, finally, number 1 on my list, the final one, Onaga will overthrow Kotal Kahn. Now, this is something that I definitely think might be happening. I'm like, this is speculation, but basically, if Onaga does return, like I said, this is something I know that will definitely happen. Mainly due to the fact that Onaga is the rightful ruler of Outworld. So, with Kotal Kahn being the ruler of Outworld currently, I do believe that if Onaga returns, he's coming for Kotal Kahn's throat. So, basically, he's gonna overthrow him. And if possibly Raiden and Kotal Kahn do go to war, like I said, this is basically give like the very opportunity for Onaga to just come in and retake his throne. So I definitely do believe that this is definite to happen if Onaga does return. So this is my top 5 theories for Mortal Kombat 11. I do have many more theories, such as Jade's disappearance and Shao Kahn's return. So if you did like this video, be sure to give it a like. If I can get 20 likes at least, I will try to continue the series, and if I can get 25 likes also, I will try to do a sequel to this video. So please do make sure you drop a like if you like this video. Be sure to follow me on Twitter also for updates on my channel. I'll leave a link in the descriptions, and check out my other videos, and as always, please be sure to subscribe. This is Legend X Ronin, and I'll see you guys later. Looking at the silhouette, I think this might be Fujin. Now, if you look on the side of the head on the silhouette, you see like these pieces sticking out, kind of. Those are his ears. Now, if you see Fujin in the Mortal Kombat X game, you see that